Well, okay. This is a test. I want to thank the Division of Historic and Cultural Affairs. I want to thank the staff here at the Old State House, people at First State Historic Park, all that, for trying to make this work. We are in the midst of a very strange situation, and artists are suffering along with everybody else. And so what we're going to try and do with this series is to just bring some artists into your computer and let you see what people are doing locally. And so the test we're starting off with is a good buddy and bandmate. Please welcome Mike Miller.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm happy to be here in the Old State House. I'm going to play mostly some original tunes for you all today. And away we go. This train where I'm on a one-way track, hold the steering wheel, we can't ever turn back. Nobody knows how far the train goes, but the train keeps rolling down the track. The mountain's high, the valley's low, where the train goes, nobody knows. In the darkest night, we pray for the light, but the train never tells us what it knows. But it rolls with you, it rolls with me, rolls in the days that we'll never see. And our last destination might be the next station as it rolls into eternity. It rolls with you, it rolls with me, rolls in the days that we'll never see. And our last destination might be the next station as it rolls into eternity. The way is far, the river's wide, the train passes on and no night of the time. When these pass the station, give praise for the day, sun, and pray get through the rolling night. When it rolls with you, it rolls with me, rolls in the days that we'll never see. And our last destination might be the next station as it rolls into eternity. And our last destination might be the next station as it rolls into eternity. Oh, my fine senorita, how the time it has flown. Beyond the hills that frame the outland, from all the places you have known, the corral there stands empty, the gate broken long ago. The young man that they rode there left the silence the window. The gardens are grown over, the terrace tile cracked and worn. No light warms our Hacienda, the morning wind of the north. The land stands gray in the moonlight, the trees stand bare as if alone. The owls that call out from the distance are calling you to come home. My dear senorita, after the winter wind blows, hell's that waiting for the springtime. How long they wait, no one knows. The gardens are grown over, the terrace tile cracked and worn. No light warms the high season, the morning wind doesn't know. Terrace tile cracked and worn. The light warms our high sea. The morning wind doesn't know. The gardens are grown old. The terrace tile cracked and worn. The light warms our high sea. The morning wind doesn't know. So this is a relatively new song. It's called Hot Stove. Long and dark, sleek and mean. The pull is fast and the draw is clean. It's a hot stove, baby. And it's a hot stove, baby. It's a hot stove, baby, and it makes me blow my top. Long red hair, sleek and lean. The way you dance, and it makes me bleed. It's a hot stove, baby, and it's a hot stove, baby. It's a hot stove, baby, and it makes me blow my top. Nice little socket, fits in your hand. She says out loud, well, that's freedom, man. It's a hot stove, baby. And it's a hot stove, baby. It's a hot stove, baby. Really makes me blow my side. Frog in the pot, sits in the stove. The water gets hot, but he don't know it's a hot stove, baby. And it's a hot stove, baby. It's a hot stove, baby. Really burns me down. They make a little lie, say it ain't so. Make a little more so it don't show. It's a hot stove, baby. And it's a hot stove, baby. Hot stove, baby, really burns me up. Don't get me wrong, it ain't fine, but leave that show to buy that shine. It's a hot stove, baby, and it's a hot stove, baby. It's a hot stove, baby, really makes me blow my time. Of all the tales I ever heard, silly lines and broken verse, one always remember goes like this. It got stuck in my head, like most of what all he said. There'll be no baron, we'll pass you round instead. And everybody's head through those pearly gates, John will be there waiting to help you celebrate. Until that day comes passing and it's time to move along. Say hello in there to Sam Stone, and know this one's for John. There's a big old goofy girl going fishing on Lake Marie, looking through dirty windows, broken toys at her feet. That angel might be flying away from Montgomery, but I never did see her, 'cause she was far, far from me. Those flashbacks keep coming, show me those old blues, those old souvenirs, the ones I always knew. The silence feels like empty, no sign of my man LaRue. This quiet man keeps walking, just killing the blue. I went out rolling in a new pink Cadillac, thinking how lucky I was to roll like that. But a new train went flying, it was gone just like that. I took my time to turn around like decal on the back. I heard Donald and Lydia got married then got divorced. In spite of themselves, the sound of loneliness beat them on the marriage course. But the hardest part for all of us, long Mondays come and go. We can't hear Grandpa's hammer, I guess it was time to go. And old Abby is crying like she never did before. She heard he slipped and hit his head, couldn't ride no more. So she wrote one last answer addressed to friends of Mr. Bryan. An illegal smile will stop you crying, get up and smile in time. And everybody's heading through those pearly gates. John will be there waiting to help you celebrate. Until that day comes passing and it's time to move along. Say hello in there to Sam Stone, and know this one's for John. Thanks. All right, this one is less melancholy. This is a little bit more irritating. This is called Get Out of My Boat. I've been a fisherman now all my life. I love the taste of fish. It drives me wild. I love the taste of lunch. I'll make it last. Always got something in my catch. I love the fish as much as I love the fish, and I love the fish even more than I could wish. There's always something tasty on my line. It's got me thinking fishing all the time. But something's now got the better of me. I'm pulling my ship up out of the sea. We'll get out of my boat. We'll get out of my boat. We'll get out of my boat. There's good fish I need. Got no line, no let, no lure. I got no time to fish no more. I ain't going fishing tomorrow today. I ain't looking for fishes any other way. But every time I look there down at the ground, all these fishes following me around. Some they just wiggle around on the floor, and others knocking themselves out with the oar. It don't matter how you got with me, you're going back into the salty sea. Well, get out of my boat. Get out there's just no way. I'm a landlubber lover on a getaway. Up and down the coast, it's true as well. It's the same old story that the fishermen tell. Get out of my boat. Get out of my boat. Get out of my boat. There's no fish I need. Gave up my fishing license, cut up my nets, put my boat in dry dock and burned up a mess. But every week or two the coast floating away, I find a fish in my boat flopping away. I don't know how you got there, I'm not asking why. Some strange feat of nature, guess that fish can fly. There's only one thing I'm now asking of you. It's a simple little something you can do. Something's now got the better of me. I'm pulling my ship up out of the sea. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat. There's no fish I need. I ain't gone fishing, there's just no way. I'm a landlubber on a getaway. Up and down the coast, it's true as well. It's the same old story that the fishermen tell. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat. There's no fish I need. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat. Well, get out of my boat and stop fishing for me. This is called Sing Out. Sing out for the setting sun that brings back all that's left undone, and call out in the cooling night. It pulls on you through the longest time. Trees brush water's edge, whisper out of sight. Clouds turn slowly, fade from darkening sky. Say out for the shining moon. She breaks all the space into view and call out in the cold white light. She pulls on you like the rising tide. River flows past and marks the passing line. Earth stands watching, turns the hands of time. And say out for the rising sun that breaks for all that's left undone, and call out out in the spreading light. It shines on you, then it fades away. Trees brush water's edge, whisper out of sight. Clouds turn slowly, fade from darkening sky. And say, I This one's a little dated, but if you don't pay attention, you might miss it. That's all right. It's called the 1990 D.C. Washington Blues. Well, I was living down there in Washington, D.C., and it's a pretty nice city. If you should ask me, there's a lot of neat things to see and do, and a lot of nice people there like me and you. But it's got its problems, and I do tell that some of these problems I know too well. You could put my name at the top of the list of anybody who's ever been hit. Automotive vandalism, highway robbery. You see, I bought this car and I parked it in town, but as soon as I did, well, I got let down. I got hit that night too easily, the first instance of vehicle larceny. You see, they stole the suit and pushed out the lock. You know I didn't care for that a lot. It didn't matter too much about them clothes. It didn't suit me well. But the next time, well, I got to feeling low because it broke the glass and stole my radio. Now the miles are quiet all night and I miss the music. Automotive vandalism, well, highway robbery, city living. But that was just the start of it, because I was getting set up for the final hit, and they were going to steal that car from me by making a set of matching keys. Stole the trunk cylinder, same key made the engine work. And I knew that out there setting wax, there was another key, an exact match, and so I called the dealer to get it fixed. He said $200 to fix that switch, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and it was a case of legal robbery. And so I was fed up, and I had enough of being fed up, so it was time to find something to do to keep that car for my own use. So I thought a while, till I found a technique to wire the car up with plastic explosive, a Czechoslovakian import. Preventive maintenance, drive with confidence. And so I wired that sucker up real tight, and I sat and waited there all night, and there, just about the break of dawn, I saw a guy come around looking sidelong. Took out his brand new key, got in the car that belonged to me. He stuck it in the ignition and turned it. Well, I never thought the flames would shoot so high. I never expected the look in that man's eyes as he lit out the car. The door was still smoking, scorch marks up and down the side. Around the hood, over the lights, the tires are still kind of melted to the street. And so now you may see me tooling around up and down the streets of this old town in my suitless, broke glass music, missing trunk, damn scorch mark. But you should feel a little better in this, because it's none of these things that I really miss. You gotta find a way, keep from feeling low when you live in a city that lost its soul. And that's the Washington Blues. Yeah, the Washington Blues. I'm talking 1990 D.C. Washington Blues. This is a traditional song, goes back to late 18th century at least. And like most traditional songs, I'm not exactly sure where they came from, but many people know this. wayfaring stranger, while traveling through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, torn or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. Only go when over Jordan. I'm only go when over home. Like no dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep. Your golden feet rise up before me, where God redeems their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only good when over Jordan. I'm only good when over home. I'm going there to see my brother. He said he'd meet me when I come. I'm only good when over Jordan. I'm only good when over home. I'll soon be free of earthly trials. My body sleeps in the old churchyard. I'll drop the cross of self-denial and enter in my great reward. Well, I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only good when over Jordan. I'm only good when over home. I'm only good